Hi, my name is Trevor. I'm doing a review of the Melonare SD-2 wireless stereo in-ear monitoring system. This is more of a budget in-ear monitoring system. However, it punches way above its price point in terms of pristine stereo imaging, features, and build quality. I was approached by Melonare for my review today. I was given the unit in exchange for this review. However, there was no other payment. And all my views, my considerations, what I think about this product, all those thoughts are definitely my own. So let's get into this review. I'm not going to open the box in front of you. I think you can look up the product listing on Amazon or other product pages to see what actually comes in the box. The main things will be the transmitter, which is right over here, and the receiver. And this is what the receiver looks like. I will tell you that the transmitter has got a metal construction, very sturdy. The knobs adjust really well. It's a very positive turn when you turn it, no extraneous noise. I will say the same thing for the receiver, although the receiver is a plastic construction, but it seems to be a very durable plastic. Plugging the in-ears in and out, it's a very positive connection. The controls, very robust. They turn very well. Again, no extraneous noise. There's a gain control to turn up the amount of volume that you want to hear in your in-ears. And there's also a pan control, and the pan control will pan either left or right. And it works flawlessly. It works really, really nicely. The antenna, once you tighten that bad boy in, it's nice and tight. It's a good connection. No issues there. And there's an antenna in the back of the transmitter unit, and that's equally as robust. So I have dropped it off my lap about 4 or 5 times already. Not purposely, just because I'm an idiot. But anyway, that was from a drop of about 2.5 to 3 feet. No issues whatsoever, okay? Now, if you dropped this unit from 6 feet or more, that might be a little bit of an issue. You'd also kind of have to be an idiot to do something like that. But things happen, right? If someone were to step on it with all their weight, would this thing hold up? That might be doubtful. But I would say for just normal use, again, it's a budget in-ear monitoring system. I think it's going to stand up just fine. So just want to go over the features of this system. Right now on Amazon, the SD-2 is $159.99, which is an incredible price for this piece of kit. It's adjustable frequency. It works in the 900 megahertz frequency range. It is UHF, one channel, 50 frequency settings that you can go through, 20 hertz to 20 kHz. That's the audio. The sampling rate is 40 kilohertz, 24-bit, and the transmission range is about 160 feet. Me personally, when I used it, it was close to where I was performing on stage. I'm a guitar player. It was about 15 feet away from where I stand. I had no dropouts until I did something stupid, which was I allowed the batteries to get down too low. And then I started experiencing some power dropouts, which is very normal. Other than that, we do have some wireless microphones on stage. They occupy a different range of UHF frequency. So I had no issues whatsoever with any kind of competing issues. A buddy of mine who plays guitar, he also has the X5 system. So he was using the X5 system next to me, and we had no crosstalk, no loss of connection, no issues between the two systems. So that being said, I would say it was a fairly reliable connection, sounded great, and again, we'll talk about user errors in a minute. Okay, so now it's time to talk about all the mistakes that I made with this unit the first time I used it live. And 99% of the time, the rule is if you have an issue, it's probably user error, because either you didn't read through the manual with great detail, or you forgot something, whatever the case may be. There's a left-right input on the back of this transmitter. And so for a stereo signal, you got left and right, and you plug your XLRs in, you're ready to go. But the thing that didn't hit me is that most front of house, whether you play in a cover band, or you play in a church band like I do, or both, or a wedding band, most front of house is not going to give you a stereo in-ear monitor mix. They're going to give you a mono mix. So coming out of the Snake for our in-ears, I only have one mono cable. It's an XLR. So I plugged it into the left input thinking that there's some setting that I can press on that transmitter that's going to give me mono so I can hear that mono signal out of both ears. Well, I was wrong about that. What you have to do, and it says it in the manual, it's a little sketchy to understand, but you need to plug in a splitter. So both connections, the left and right input, need an XLR splitter that goes to just single XLR. And if you plug that in with a mono mix, you'll get left and right out of both ears. Well, I didn't, and so I just got left ear only because I didn't have the proper splitter. Now, they did find me a splitter right before we had to play live, and that took care of the situation, but I bought one. Here you go, from Amazon. You fool me once, you fool me twice, fool me 3 times, ain't gonna happen. So this was $12 off of Amazon, and that will take care of your problem. You have to understand that most of these venues that you're going to play in, they're not going to give you a stereo mix. Now, if you do your own sound and you bring your own PA, yeah, you can set up a stereo mix, and it's going to work fantastic. Left-right input. You will be able to pan and adjust the stereo image exactly the way that you want it. If you're a guitar player like myself and you have ping-pong delay and you want to hear the ping and the pong, left, right, left, right, left, right, that bounce, you're going to get that with this unit. But again, that's a major consideration if you get a mono mix. All right, so in summary, I would say the Melonare SD-2, it's a fantastic stereo wireless in-ear monitoring system. If you're on a budget, it's great. I don't think you're going to get more bang for your buck for less money than this piece of equipment. And you can spend more money and not get all the features that this has. 50 frequencies that you can choose from in that 900 megahertz range. I will compare this to the X-Vive system because I have the X-Vive system. What I didn't like about the X-Vive is that on the transmitter, the rotary control is sort of on the side, and every once in a while, something would hit it. I don't know if it was like my forearm or something would hit it, and my signal would just spontaneously disappear or go down considerably in my ears. And that's because it was getting touched and it was moving. With this type of system where that volume control is located, you're not going to have that issue whatsoever. So that alleviates a major issue for me. The other issue with the X-Vive system that I noticed is that when you're in a smaller venue like a bar and you're playing to a room of, let's say, like 50 to 75 and it's packed in there and everybody's on their phone, and you know, I had multiple issues of dropout with the X-Vive system that I don't think I would have that issue in the 900 megahertz range UHF with this. So I will tell you right now, I think this is going to change things for me personally. This is going to be my in-ear monitoring system going forward. Once you get past that whole mono stereo issue and you get the right splitter, oh my gosh, where is it? It's right here, the right splitter. You're going to be fine if you receive a mono signal. You will get left and right ear out of it. So highly recommend. I'm going to use this system going forward. I think you should pick one up if you need a quality in-ear system on a budget. Thanks.